Well, I have a bachelor's degree in finance. I have been doing accounting and finance for production for the last 10 years, working with large networks. And I just exited the job fair at the Renaissance Hotel October 1st at noon to 3. And I read the article on, I went to my alumni college and I received the magazine called Working World, and that's where the ad was placed for this job fair. I attended the job fair, and over 50% of the booths in there were colleges trying to get you to sign up for classes as opposed to offering jobs. I've discovered that 90% of the jobs they were offering, from Time Warner to AT&T to UPS, were $8 an hour jobs. I saw nothing in my salary range, which is $25 and up per hour, or in the $65,000, per year annually. So they were low-wage jobs, $8 an hour jobs, or I would say actually more than that. 60 to 70% of them were colleges trying to recruit, people to sign up to attend their college. It was a waste of time. I will never come here again, and that's my honest opinion. There was about 200 people in there. When I approached the booth, the gentleman asked me if I had a resume, and I said yes, and he goes, "You're one of the few." I don't know if that gives you a category of people that are attending these job fairs. And I walked in, and I was probably 5 out of the 200 that actually had a suit on and a resume in hand. Most of the people had jeans and flip-flops and what have you. And as I approached some of the booths, they said that I was of the higher echelon, higher salary position range, and they didn't have any jobs for people like myself. I make it my full-time job to find a job, and I focus on my daughter.
And what's the worst thing about being employed?
About worrying, how am I going to put food on the table from day to day.
And what's the best thing about being employed, if anything?
I get to spend more time with my daughter. Getting out of your house instead of sitting at home at the computer is imperative, I think, to keeping your spirits up, during these times. And tap into your local resources. Like, I have been working since I was 15, and I'm now 40. I just had to apply for WIC to make sure that there's enough food in the house to feed myself and my child. And I'm actually thinking at this point about welfare. And I am a homeowner, and I'm scared to death that I'm not going to be able to put a roof over our heads and put food on the table. That is my biggest fear. I've stopped paying all my credit cards ever since I've been laid off because I wasn't able to afford them. I've stuck to the bare minimum. So that also contributes to the economy, in the sense that I think a lot of people who have been laid off, who are middle class, educated, have stopped paying their credit cards, and because of the crash and the mortgage meltdown, I'm not going to go on about the economy, but I think it's all contributing factors.